Alrighty guys, we're back for some Invoke Danitha, and this is a Dominaria United Standard Brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some normal play mode, because this is one of those decks where we're just going to want to worry about having fun with it and not worry so much about winning. Either way, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat, and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you guys. What do we got in the build? Well, we got 4 Hammerhands and 3 Rabbit Batteries. These are both going to enable haste on our Danitha, the main card of the deck. So Danitha, Benalia's Hope, is a 5 mana legendary creature, 4/4, first strike, vigilance, lifelink. So we got stacked keyword abilities on here. It's too bad it doesn't have trample, but that's just asking for too much at that point. When it enters the battlefield, you may put an aura or equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield attached to Danitha. So Rabbit Battery is an equipment rabbit and Hammerhand is an aura. So yeah, that's really good. Slamming down Danitha and just giving it haste and swinging on in and getting a bunch of lifelink sounds insane. So why 4 Hammerhands and not 4 batteries? Well, I think the Hammerhand ability here, where it enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn, is going to be more important than just having a potential early game creature that helps us block. Got a couple Fateful Absences just for some generic removal. Got 3 Spirited Companions. The fact that this is an enchantment creature is going to be important, which I'll go over in a second. But when it enters, you draw a card, and that's actually going to work with a lot of different cards in here. For example, Restoration of Eiganjo. We got 3 of these, and you know what? Not only does it help us search for those planes, which is going to be important, but also we could grab like a Spirited Companion back from the grave with it and then just draw a card, which honestly could go a long way. And then Architect of Restoration is actually just insane. 3/4 Vigilance, and whenever it attacks or blocks, you get a 1/1 Spirit. Sounds good. Got 4 Fable of the Mirror Breakers because, yeah, it's Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but also Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Some pretty good targets in here to copy with the Reflection. Once again, copying like Companion just to draw a card. Maybe you really need to see a board wipe. So 1 mana, copy the Companion, draw your board wipe, right? So could be pretty good. Also helps us ramp and fix our mana, which is also going to be very important. Got 3 Depopulates. Now, this is probably the best board wipe for this particular build because we really didn't want to go for the burn down the house route because I didn't want too many cards in here that required double red because the mana base is already very greedy. So we'll see how Depopulate actually does. I think that destroy all creatures is important against pretty much everything right now. Even like mono black control is rocking a bunch of creatures. So got 4 Elder Dragon War. So another enchantment, another way to potentially wipe the board on the first chapter here, which by the way, this card has read ahead. So we get to choose what chapter this starts on. We get to filter through the deck, which by the way, I forgot to talk about how discarding cards in this deck is actually pretty good because we do have an Invoke in here that's going to care about that. So discarding any number of cards is actually just insane. In this build in particular, you might just want to discard your entire hand and look for your combo piece. Also, just getting a 4/4 Flying Dragon is really good, and that's pretty good to copy with Reflection as well. So I already went over Danitha, which is the card we want to see, which by the way, even though we want to see it, since it is legendary and it is 5 mana, you probably don't want to bump these up to 4. Yeah, it's probably good at 3. We got 3 Invoke Justice in here, guys. Now the 4 white mana in this, and then 1 colorless, or 1 of anything, I guess. I totally know how to read mana, guys. I've done it once before. So for 5 mana, it's a sorcery speed. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then distribute 4 +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures and or vehicles target player controls. So naturally, you want to target yourself. You're going to plug those counters across your board. We have a bunch of creatures, but you could also just plug all 4 of them into the Danitha that you're bringing back. So the goal is to bring back Danitha Slam that onto the board, then Danitha brings back like a Hammerhand, and then you're swinging in for a ton of lifelink, and you're just turning the tides then and there. That's the goal, at least, but you don't have to reanimate Danitha. It's a possibility that you will, especially if you don't have Invoke Justice. You just go ahead and discard your entire hand looking for it, and you're discarding like a Danitha, a Hammerhand, all that other stuff. Just dump it into the grave, you know, and then look for your Invoke Justice and hope that the opponent doesn't do too much there. So a big problem with decks like Reanimator and stuff like that right now is Graveyard Trespasser. Graveyard Trespasser is in every other deck that you're going to play against, and so it just kind of gobbles up your graveyard. So hopefully you're able to get stuff done before the Trespasser starts eating your graveyard alive. Or hopefully you can just remove the Trespasser. That's another reason why Depopulate's important, because Trespasser has Ward, discard a card, and that's pretty bad, honestly. So we got 2 Sanctuary Warden and a Brilliant Restoration on the top end. So Sanctuary Warden is so powerful, guys. This is another great reanimation target for the Invoke Justice, but sometimes you'll just play this on out. And then it's another amazing target to copy with Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, because when it enters, it has those 2 shield counters, and then the Reflection has the haste, so you're swinging in as well. So you end up drawing a bunch of cards off of the shield counters on the copy. And then if you're drawing cards with the Warden, maybe it's from the counters from the Invoke Justice. There's a lot going on there. I also have that Brilliant Restoration, so another 4 white mana and 3 and 4 white. It's sorcery speed. Return all artifact and enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, and that is like everything in the deck, essentially. Not everything, but Elder Dragon War, Fable, Restoration, Companion, draw some cards, you know. Got the 3 Rabbit Batteries and the Hammerhand would all be slapping onto the board from the single Restoration, which sounds awesome. Because it is such a greedy mana base, we are rocking the 3 Thran Portals, which hopefully doesn't do too much damage to us. But if it does, we got the Danitha to gain us that life back, and hopefully we'll be fine at that point. Got some Wind-Scarred Crags here. So another way to get a little bit of life. I don't know why I'm dropping them in this row, but I am now. This is my life now, I suppose. Another little way to get a little bit of extra life, so hopefully the Thran Portal doesn't end up killing us. Of course, the Sundown Pass. We are rocking a Crucible and a Seat of the Empire, and just majority planes. We don't want too many red sources at all. So yeah, hopefully I did an all right job going over the build here. Oh, guys, I should mention this before we hop into some games. I've been playing Thran Portal a little bit wrong, and I don't think it's affected any games, but I figured this out yesterday. Thran Portal enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. So I've been playing this as it has to be played within those first 2 lands. In other words, Thran Portal comes out untapped on turn 3. And so I've kind of been playing around that. Like I said, I don't think it's affected any games, but yeah, be careful with your portal. I don't know how I've been playing this wrong for over a week, but yeah, either way. I just wanted to mention that just in case. All right, let's go ahead, hop into some normal play mode and see how we do. See if we can get right into the first match here. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, we do. I don't think it's taken over 8 seconds for ever since Dominaria United came out, so that's awesome. Decent hand. Not bad at all. Eventually we can get to the Danitha and the Hammerhand. We get to draw from Companion, so more land, potentially. Opponent does go first here, so that could be scary, but I think this is keepable. Oh, I did forget to mention, I did some test matches with this deck too, and you guys will notice that I've been playing a lot more test matches recently before I actually make the videos, and my reasoning behind that is the meta is super strong and super scary right now, and I want to make sure that the decks can actually at least draw against some of those meta decks, or at least have like some kind of interaction and such. So you guys will notice I will mention more and more test matches as time goes on. Well, for now. So we start with the Wind-Scarred. Since we don't really have a turn 1 anyways, it's not like we're going to run Hammerhand onto the board. We're going to go right into the Spirited Companion, and we got the Thran Portal available for Fable, which we're probably going to activate on white. And a reason to consider red is the Elder Dragon War, which has the double red pips in it, but we should be fine. Oh, another Plains tells me maybe it is red. Okay, they go ahead and pass there. With Rakdos colors, it would be sick to see like a Rakdos control. I haven't seen that yet with Dominaria. Yet another seat, so this is going to be a Thran Portal on red and then get the Fable down. Or we could hold off on Thran Portal, let it come out tapped, and just kind of hold off on it for now. That way we don't take too much life. However, if the opponent is rocking control, we could probably spare a couple life off of the portal. Especially since we have the Danitha Hammerhand combo in hand already. Voltage Surge, so this could just be Rakdos artifacts and they didn't have their 2-drops, which they have a ton of them in a deck like that. I believe they run Tenacious Underdog. Yeah, they missed a 2-drop, which is surprising. They have the 2-drop Vampire in a deck like that too, so discard a card. Yeah, we'll discard Hammerhand. That's fine. As long as they don't run down... okay, another Thran Portal. I guess we will get the Thran Portals down. We can play this one on red, that's fine. Get the Fable down, taking a damage. Ob Nixilis is going to survive. Yeah, as long as they don't run down cards that immediately gobbles up my graveyard, then I would be very sad. We can get Danitha down next turn if we swing with Goblin, but then it probably just dies to like an Infernal Grasp or something. Voltage Surge off the top. Yep, that was a great hit from the Synthesizer for the opponent. Aw, my poor little goblins. Poor little goblins, it's so rare for them to survive a turn anymore. They do sometimes though. Sometimes the opponents miss the removal for it. We're going to decline this time. I want all the land for Sanctuary Warden. We do have 25 land in here, I believe. We have a lot of top-end cards, like 6 5-drops is a lot. Or 6 5-mana cards, I should say. See if I'm assuming they have like I don't know what would this be, because it wouldn't be sticking if it was like a cut down or something. That Thran Portal comes out tapped. Yeah, seeing this many land kind of sucks, but I suppose we ditch the Thran Portal and one of the planes. We keep the seat because we might just draw more. Let's see what we hit here. Dang, dude, Fable's so good. But that's not a secret, so... not a secret for anybody. Elder Dragon War is pretty good. It's too bad I can't hit that Ob Nixilis. We could just go... we could get our 4/4. 2 damage to each creature and each opponent. Each opponent doesn't include Planeswalkers, does it? I kind of want to get the discards from next turn, though. Yeah. We go Rabbit Battery, copy the Dragon, though, too. Alright, let's go Dragon. Let's get the Dragon. Here's why. If they have another Voltage Surge, then they got very lucky seeing 3 Voltage Surge. Now, this was being held open, so maybe it was the Voltage Surge to target their own Ob Nixilis that was holding it. If it is, so why run it down on Dragon? Well, next turn we can Rabbit Battery, give Fable haste, tap it, copy the Dragon, double swing at Ob Nixilis. A little bit like out there, but yeah, 3rd Voltage Surge. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm fine. I'm totally fine, guys. Ob Nixilis is gonna run away with this game if we let it. So Danitha gets to come down next turn. I'm gonna ditch the Sanctuary Warden. It's going to be great, but we have 3 Invoke Despair. Yeah, Invoke Despair, listen to me. Invoke Justice in the deck, so yeah, get a blocker down. Darn it. Okay. Yeah, the blocker sucks, because that Ob Nixilis is just terrifying. Alright, let's run this down. Bring that Hammerhand. Oh, that's right, Hammerhand. Yeah, it's not Rabbit Battery. Oh, that's beautiful, but it doesn't kill the Ob Nixilis. This Ob Nixilis is a pain in the butt, guys, because we didn't have an answer for it early on, unfortunately. We tried to have an answer, but the 3 voltage surge, huh? Nice. I'm just satisfied we got Danitha down. We got there! Let's go! That was awesome! They must not have Infernal Grasp in the deck, or maybe they just didn't have it in hand and didn't feel like playing it out. Either way, they need an answer for Danitha, and then if they do answer it, eventually we could draw and invoke Justice. If they did end up finding an answer for Danitha, though, it was probably going to lean towards the opponent, because once again, we would have had a lot of trouble finding an answer for the Ob Nixilis. We needed, like, I guess the Elder Dragon War would have been smarter to just start at the top, get the extra discards and whatnot. But I was really banking that they didn't have the 3rd voltage surge there too, so. Very nice. There's the test games at the top. How many did I play? I don't even know now. I think the deck win rate was 60%, so we must have played 5 games total so far. It's always great to start off a video with a victory, and that is awesome. Very satisfied. I was able to play more test matches with this one than usual because the games were actually pretty fast. And all those test matches, guys, are in normal play mode, not ranked, so definitely worth noting. Probably drop this Thran Portal on white since we have Crucible on red. Oh boy. Whoa, buddy. Okay. Well, they're gonna get a pretty good swing here. Pack leader, beautiful. Very nice. Loam Speaker, nice. Let's go. Mono green, looking good. All right, Restoration Fable. Not bad. The 1 life from the Thran Portal. I still want to get it down while it can come down untapped, though, and make sure we get the planes off of the Restoration. But, ooh, buddy, that's a lot of damage. 3, 7, 9, maybe more, maybe 10 if they drop a... So Fable could be really good, too. You know what? I'm just going to go Restoration. Here's why. The sooner we can get Danitha, the sooner we can get the life gain, which means we can just continue. Like, sure, we could get a chump blocker down, but then what, you know? We chump block, and that's it for the turn. Oh, buddy! That is a board state. Let's go, opponent. Ramping with the Loam Speaker instead of the swing there. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, opponent. Oh, no. Oh, what have I done? Whoa, Cemetery Prowler's pretty scary, so maybe we don't want to ditch the Hammerhand, because they might have a second one. We want to keep the planes. So let's go Crucible. Crucible ramp? Oh, that's right. I'm thinking this is Fable, guys. Yeah, Crucible ramp. Let's do it. We get to play the planes. Dude, opponent, I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Is this what it feels like, guys, to be on the other end? Oh, oddity! What a draw for the opponent. We have blockers, but guess what? Danitha comes down. We get the Hammerhand down. We get the life gain. Yep, here it comes. Here it comes, guys. Brutal stuff. This has Vigilance too, so back up to 7. We have another Danitha Hammerhand combo in hand. Light rigging, we trade. We definitely trade here because we get the gain and we have the other Danitha. Oh, they pass. Well, Sanctuary Warden could come down. Could actually Hammerhand on the Architect, make this unblockable, and then full swing. It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's a good chunk of damage. It's a little aggressive. It's a little aggressive, but it's a play. And we could also just go Sanctuary. We could also just go Sanctuary Warden, but all of this has Vigilance, so yeah. Oh my. Oh my. The Depopulate was the greatest draw ever, guys. The Depopulate was disgusting. Couple fight riggings gets it up to 7. So what did they hit here? Oh, unnatural growth. Opponent, what a hit. What a line of play, and they concede. No, opponent, come back. At least swing with the 14-14 oddity. Now we were gonna gain life off the Danitha, so the 14-14 oddity wasn't going to get them there, unfortunately. But what a couple of hits, guys, for the opponent. Even after that huge board wipe, Depopulate was an MVP there easily. Holy cow, 66 total % win rate for the build so far here in normal play mode. 2 wins for the video. I'm satisfied. The rest of these games can go however the heck they want to go, honestly. Danitha's insane, dude. The fact that you can get that paired with the Hammerhand and just gain a bunch of life, and it's like the Vigilance, like never underestimate Vigilance. Oh buddy, I'm happy right now. All right, like I said, these matches can go however they want to go. Good hand. It's a great hand. I'm gonna run out the rabbit battery right away, because if it ends up dying, it's fine. We can bring it back with Danitha. Swing on in. Probably right into the Wind-Scarred. Okay, Hammerhand, cool. Oh, excuse me, guys. I hope my filter blocked out that burp. That's what I get for chugging coffee and water the entire time I record, right? Oh, nice. Cool. This card's pretty scary. It's got that lifelink too. All right, let's get that Plains, and hopefully we draw a land next turn. We unfortunately, oh, Invoke Justice was on top there. So cards in graveyards can't be targets of ability okay. Cards in graveyards can't be the targets of spells or abilities. Well, thanks, game. Thanks. At least we have the Hammerhand in hand. Whoa, Rafine hits the board too. The lifelink on the Apprentice here. It's gonna put him back up to 18. We did draw that land. That's awesome, because what that means is we get a little bit of ramp here, which means that, oh, restoration. Oh, oh no, that targets too. Oops. Oh no, guys, we got the land too. Oh man. All right, at least we get another land here. We just won't discard next turn. Oh man, what a crazy card to be up against right now, guys. So we do get the Danitha down, but they're gonna get above the Danitha's range in no time. We can't really target Rafine with the Hammerhand. We don't get to target any cards in the graveyard. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, guys. We just got done reading this, and I was like, oh yeah, we just ramp a little bit with it, get that Plains onto the board. No, that also targets. So we chump. We chump on the ground, because this is a lot of damage, even if Danitha's gonna gain it back for us. So Danitha's safe from a Wandering Emperor because of the Vigilance. Discard a card. You may discard a card, so we go no. Decline. That's scary, guys. We do have a couple Fateful Absence in the deck, but oh man, if I've ever seen a Make Disappear open too. Oh, Danitha, don't perish, Danitha. Don't perish. It's not like we try this because they're gonna run away with this Apprentice Rafine. Resurrected. No, Urtai, get out of here. Get out of here. No, how could you? How could you, Urtai? Guys, we've been seeing a lot more of this Esper build, and it looks terrifying. I'm pretty sure I have 100% loss rate versus this new Esper build? What? Oh, wait. What is this? Is this Legendary Humans? This is Legendary Humans with Rafine? Yeah. Guys, this is a Joda build, but it has Rafine in it. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's cool. I like it. I'm going to take the 8 damage, guys. Our Danitha getting countered by the Urtai is probably just a nail in the coffin. We can't. Oh, this doesn't target stuff in the grave, though. Cards in graveyards can't be targets. Returns all of them, so it should... Brilliant Restoration should work, but... Okay, so it's not humans, it's just straight up legendary. Legendary good stuff, guys. That's pretty cool. That's really cool, actually, opponent. I really like it. Get a 4/4 in the air, but Rafine's just gonna run away with this regardless. We could do 2 to everything, at least the Urtai dies, but then they'd probably just kill us in the air anyways. So let's go. We could also... I guess we gotta get a blocker in the air, huh? We could Hammerhand if we want it to survive. No, it still dies to the AO, and it probably dies to the Rafine as soon as they buff it, so... Yeah. I thought this was the Esper deck because it had a lot of similarities, but it just wasn't. We don't know if that Esper deck is actually running the Apprentice too, so, but a great addition, opponent. The fact that I can't target cards out of the graveyard. Oh, Rona's Vortex, yeah. This card's actually really good too. The kicker cost is actually insane. So just target the Rafine and try to get the 10 through in the air. And let's see if they get there. And then we'll still go through the blocking step and everything in case they have destroy opponent's creatures and such. Good game. And boom. You gotta drop the favorite emote whenever you can, guys. 57% total win rate so far for the build. Not too bad, honestly. We got picked apart there. Not being able to actually touch anything in the grave was brutal. And then, of course, Danitha just ate that counter spell too, so... Oh, I'm very close to the new Goblin. Ooh, very close. Nice. Probably equip that to a couple of my decks. How has Dominaria United been treating everybody? Have you guys been enjoying the meta so far? I know a lot of people are pretty upset that mono black is a ridiculous amount of the meta, and it is a very tough deck to get around, but personally, I'm satisfied that aggro is pretty good. Like, you can successfully run aggro decks still, and your biggest competitor, of course, is the mono black, as it can really pick apart aggro builds, but is not a bad hand by any means. So I've been enjoying it so far, but yeah, someone needs to figure out some more techs against the mono black madness, so that way less people play it. Whenever it was just like majority Boros aggro, I think I enjoyed that more. Than the majority mono black control. Because the Boros aggro, while it was really powerful, it wasn't like I don't know how to explain it. Some matches against mono black control, it feels unfair. I realize that it probably isn't necessarily, They just have answers for every other thing, no matter what. Yeah, to make disappears. Well, we could have been playing around this, but it's okay. At least they're out of the deck now. And Invoke Justice can always bring back both of these, whichever one we wanted, so... Second Depopulate. Yeah, so it tells me that these Depopulates and everything aren't going to do much against this build. Looks like some Esper control. Scary business. Third, make disappear. Do we play around it? I guess so. I guess we play around the third make disappear. It could also be syncopate and stuff like that. Like this looks like it's just a counter spell control so far, but that's because these are the only two cards we've seen. They also didn't drop like a Wandering Emperor last turn too, so... Sanctuary Warden, I'm okay with this getting countered since we have the Invoke. See if it hits. Which it probably doesn't, but since we have that Invoke, it's a great card to bring back with Invoke Justice too. Urtai, what's up Urtai? You know, we've been seeing you a lot recently. Something tells me that's gonna stick around, huh? Okay, we got that 7th mana, which means Invoke Justice does get around the make disappear. Rafine, no, this looks like it's gonna be like the same build. Not the exact same build as the last one. That was like a 5-color legendary build, but this is like the Esper deck that I was talking about. We're seeing it everywhere right now, guys. Wind-Scarred, okay. So let's go. That's a lot to deal with. Let's attempt the first Depopulate here. We have Fateful Absence open. They could Obscura Interceptor. Whoa. Okay, I guess we hit Rafine. Return up to 1 target spell to its owner's hand. So let's let this happen. They're gonna return the Depopulate to my hand. And because the Wind-Scarred came out tapped, we actually just don't get to use the Depopulate. If we could have, though, if we had this untapped land, then we would have been able to Depopulate. I am sure. We're going to pay the ward 1 here. We're going to take 7, but Rafine buffing all of these is way more scary than the extra damage they got. Yep, the wedding announcement. Yep, this is just like in yesterday's video with the, I played Is It Control on Ranked, and this deck was everywhere. The wedding announcement and everything, all of that is exactly the same. We do have the extra 4 for the second Depopulate, which we're going to want to do, so let's do it. Because we're at 7, one of these has to hit the board. Okay, nice. Not bad. I'm going to attempt the Fable of the Mirrorbreaker then. Okay. Okay, here we go. Fairy Vandal. Oh no, okay. Yep, second Fairy Vandal. Yep, we are in danger, guys. And they got the clue. Oh, Sheoldred. Woo, buddy. Dude, they are getting low on mana, though. Second Depopulate might be pretty good. It might be. Down to 3. We're in danger. Down to 1. Down to 1. Okay, discard. Decline. Decline this time round. Start with the swing. See if they remove this. I guess they don't remove it. They block it. But they might not. We have red mana, which means a lightning bolt could take out the Sheoldred. Okay, attempt the Wind-Scarred for a life. Back up to 2. Here comes the Depopulate. Wait. Wait a minute, guys. If we Invoke Justice first, we still have 4 mana. They counter the Invoke Justice, then we drop the Depopulate. What if they give it to us, though? Oh, no, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you would do. I'm going to try the Depopulate. We can't. Okay, there we go. Now, we Invoke Justice. We bring back the Warden, which has shield, target player, and we get to draw here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe it was just to make disappear? No? Okay. Okay, good. Excellent. So let's draw. Keep the shield counters. Hammerhand! Nice. Okay, we gotta be very careful with the Thran Portal. Reinforcements. Good thing we got the Citizen, guys. Oh, buddy. Oh my goodness. This is such a fun deck, though. This is so cool. Like, the Invoke Justice, the Depopulates have really been MVP so far. We're going to want to talk about that in the final thoughts. Maybe 4 Depopulates for the current meta. Maybe. Because it seems to do a lot. Yeah, second Shieldred. Yep, that's the nail in the coffin. Hey, good game, opponent. Drop the emote. At least I get to drop my favorite emote. That makes the losses worth it. 50% total win rate. We have time for one more game for sure. Let's do this. Let's see if we can wrap up the evening with a victory. And it doesn't matter. Those first 2 games were freaking awesome. And honestly, all the games were awesome. What I really don't want is to go up against that Esper deck again. I really want to showcase the deck against something different. And for some reason, that Esper deck has just been everywhere. I joked around yesterday in yesterday's video about someone made a video, and it very well might be, but it also just might be a new top of the meta deck that's springing up too. So not a lot of mana. We do have early removal. I think this might be a mulligan though. Yeah, we don't have any ways to fix the mana. This is much better. We're gonna keep this, and we are actually going to send, since we grab a plains off of Restoration, we're gonna send the plains. Yeah, I think that was a mulligan. And I do want to attempt the last game victory here, so. Okay, swamp. Get used to seeing swamps, you know? And I think we go right into Fable over Restoration. Well, Restoration guarantees the plains, whereas, get out of my hand, opponent, you monster. My Fable! How dare! Oh, man. I'm actually surprised they didn't hit Invoke Justice. I guess those were really good cards that, well, target opponent reveals their hand, choose a non-land card from it, that player discards that card. So we can eventually bring back Fable with Invoke Justice, but like it's not the greatest target, so I understand. Let's discard. I really would hate to lose anything here. Fateful Absence guarantees the death of the Liliana, but we can also just discard the plains and potentially bring it back next turn depending on what we draw. So let's discard the plains. Okay, Spirited Companion. Nice. I don't mind bringing that back at all. We might draw a land. Pretty good. Oh, okay. Well, we didn't see the land, but the Fateful Absence does hit the Liliana, and we're going to do it on our turn before anything fishy happens. I don't want any fishy business. We just want this to die. They get the clue, of course. And hopefully we can see some mana. Discarding the plains was a tough decision for sure. It might not have been the correct decision. So we got some basic mono black control. I like the addition of Pilfer here, opponent. We don't see Pilfer every day in mono black control, and I appreciate the difference. Morbid Opportunist. Whenever one or more other creatures die, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, now. Okay. I like that. So, Elder Dragon War could just get a dragon down. Start swinging in the air. We're running out of cards in hand here. Another Liliana would really suck. 2 damage to everything kills the companion, which we probably want to sacrifice to a second Liliana. And discarding any number. Yeah, let's get the dragon. So what this lets us do as well is bring this back with the Invoke Justice, which could be awesome. So Morbid Opportunist, this is going to keep their hand nice and stocked while they're killing our cards. I really like the additions to the opponent's deck so far. Pretty cool. Infernal Grasp the Restoration, good hit. Restoration lets us continue to get 1/1s, which means more sacrifices to the Liliana, which means like we get to keep the dragon for longer. Evolved Sleeper, that they do have enough mana to clue and buff that if they want. Hammerhand, there we go. We're just looking for that 5th mana that I discarded that we don't talk about. Just don't talk about it. Either way, this could be another Infernal Grasp too, so the Invoke Justice is probably going to come in handy. Alright, let's swing in the air. What we're really scared of is, okay, second Infernal Grasp, they do get to draw, so you see how they made sure to split that up, one on their turn, one on our turn, making Opportunist actually just really good. So cool, actually, man. Now, Evolved Sleeper, they can just go ahead and buff this a couple times. Yep, they got the mana for it. You need 6 mana to bring this to max. We're going to block this Sleeper because that's a lot of extra damage. Come on, land off the top, guys. Land off the top. Looks like they want to clue and keep their removal open instead of draw with the Sleeper. I mean, keeping it open is pretty smart. Liliana. Okay. We have a decision to make, and I think it's Hammerhand. It's Hammerhand, yeah, for sure. Since Danitha can bring it back. If we discard Danitha and we draw like another... Yes! 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 Let's go! Danitha! Let's take out that Liliana! Let's do this! Oh, man! It's so cool! It's so fun! I can't even! Dude, don't tell me it's another Infernal Grasp. There's no way. There's no way they got 3 of them in their hand. Really? No. No, because if they make us discard the Invoke Justice, then it's like over. Okay. Whew. Whew. I got pretty scared. Not like there's a lot weighing on the match or anything. I really want to beat Mono Black control. Even though the opponent has some really cool additions here, so I really appreciate that. So if they win, I'm satisfied either way. The Morbid Opportunist, 1 or 2 of these, man, could go a long way in a deck like this. Think about all the extra cards they drew with that. No! Yeah, they drew another card. Yeah, dude, this is scary. They know we have the Invoke Justice though, right? So now at any point they could just have that. Another Invoke Justice. Dude, let's go. If they have the Inferno Grasp, we have another Invoke Justice. So they need to make us discard here too. It's sticking. Whatever's in their hand, it's sticking, so. Down to 7. We're up to 30. Our other Invoke Justice could bring back like the Elder Dragon War. Anything really. They're gonna draw here, huh? Looking for an answer for the Danitha. GG opponent, we got there, guys. Let's go. Oh man, that was fun. 55% total win rate for the deck. In today's video, we played 5 matches, I believe, right? Yeah, so we got 2 victories at the beginning, 2 losses, followed by the final victory there. That was awesome, dude. Ah, man, this deck was really fun to pilot. A little bit tricky sometimes, I suppose. It's one of those decks that you're going to want to practice with a couple times, which I'm very happy that I played those test matches first, because there's like a lot of options going on here, guys. The mana base wasn't bad at all. 25 is probably where you want it, and we never had an issue casting the 4 white pips in the Invoke Justice, which means we would definitely never have issues with Restoration, so that was pretty good. Thran Portal didn't end up like really killing us, so that's good. Depopulate was an MVP, so maybe go up to 4 of them. If you're seeing decks like that Esper deck that I was talking about, then a board wipe like this could go a long way. The problem is actually having it resolve. So yeah, maybe 4 of them. I don't know what you would drop. Maybe go down a companion and a battery and go up a Depopulate and maybe another form of removal, because the creatures in the Planeswalkers right now are ridiculous. So Sanctuary Warden was awesome. Danitha's so cool, guys. It's so cool. You know what I could see? I could see Boros aggro with a top end of 1 or 2 Danithas, and then you rock 4 rabbit batteries, 4 hammerhands, and then kind of base the rest of your aggro build around that fact. And I think that could be amazing. You could have other equipment creatures as well. Did we get to test this, guys? I should test this before publishing the video. Yeah, you should be able to equip the rabbit battery to Danitha. Either way, I don't think we got to test that in any of the matches, so I should definitely test that against like Sparky or something. Like just hold off the game long enough until I draw both of these and then make sure. Either way, yeah, you could have other equipment creatures, because I'm pretty sure it works with equipment creatures too. So Boros aggro might be something I do with Danitha soon enough. So we'll see. We got so many decks to play, guys. Dominaria United has a ton of powerful cards and just a bunch of new stuff popping up after rotation, which is awesome. Either way, guys, if you made it this far into the video, I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.